There was once a shoemaker who worked very hard and was very honest, but still he could not earn enough to live upon. And at last, all he had in the world was gone, save just leather enough to make one pair of shoes. Then he cut his leather out, all ready to make up the next day, meaning to rise early in the morning to his work. His conscience was clear, and his heart light amid all his trouble. Though he went peacefully to bed, left all his care to heaven, and soon fell asleep. In the morning, after he had said his prayers, he sat himself down to his work. When, to his great wonder, there stood the shoe already made upon the table. The good man knew not what to say or think at such an old thing happening. He looked at the workmanship. There was not one foul stitch in the whole job. All was so neat and true. That is work quite a masterpiece. The same day a customer came in, and the shoe suited him so well that he willingly paid a price higher than usual for them, and the poor shoemaker with the money bought leather enough to make 2 pairs more. In the evening, he cut out the work and went to bed early, that he might get up and begin bedtime next day. But he saved all the trouble. For when he got up in the morning, the work was done, ready to his hand. Soon in came a buyer who paid him handsomely for his goods, so that he bought leather enough for 4 pairs more. He cut out the work again overnight and found it done in the morning, as before, and so it went on for some time. That work got ready in the evening, were always done by daybreak, and the good man soon became thriving and well off again. One evening, about Christmas time, as he and his wife were sitting over the fire chatting together, he said to her, "I should like to sit up and watch tonight, that we may see who it is that comes and does my work for me." The wife lighted the door, so they left the light burning and hid themselves in the corner of the room, behind the curtain that were hung up there, and watched what would happen. As soon as it was midnight, they came into little drawers, and they sat themselves upon a shoemaker bench, took up all the work that were cut out, and began to ply with their little fingers, stitching, rapping, and tapping at once at such a rate that the shoemaker were all wonder and could not take his eye off them. And on they went till the job was quite done, and the shoes stood ready for use upon the table. This was long before daybreak, and then they busted away as quickly as lightning. The next day, the wife said to the shoemaker, "The little wife have made us rich, and we ought to be thankful to them, and do them a good turn if we can. I am quite sorry to see them run about as they do, and indeed it's not very decent, for they have nothing upon their back to keep off the coat and the waistcoat, and a pair of the pantaloon into the bargain, and do you make each of them a little pair of shoes." The dough pleased the good cobbler very much, and one evening, when all things were ready, they laid them on the table instead of the work that they used to cut out, and then went and hid themselves to watch the little elf would do. About midnight, in they came, dancing and skipping, hopped around the room, and then they went to sit down to their work as usual. But when they saw the clothes lying for them, they laughed and joked, and seemed mightily delighted. Then they dressed themselves in the twinkling of an eye, and danced and clapped and sprang about as merry as could be, till at last they danced out at the door, and away over the green. The good couple saw them no more, but everything went well with them from that time forward as long as they lived.